One of the greatest habits that you can do that will increase your body's production of nitric oxide is to just get up in the morning. Hey, there's another guy over there doing exactly what I'm doing. Get up in the morning, and first thing you do, take a crap, brush your teeth, and get outside and start walking. This does a number of things. I'm going to tell you what they are, but the main goal here is to learn some habits that control your blood pressure. And this is so simple that people overlook it. People are very into the complicated. That's what sells on YouTube. But this is something that you really should start thinking about, that what is the simplest thing I can do? Well, it's 6 o'clock right now in the morning, and I'm going to be working today, and I've got essentially about 9 hours on my feet. So you'd think, well, I'm active, but not really, because you're not doing the optimal. Walking is probably the best exercise, even though I ride my bike sometimes between 150 to 200 miles a week. Walking in the morning is still a good thing, and I'm only going to do about a half an hour right now because got to go to work. But there's other things that you can do, and I know these have a powerful effect. For example, taking a supplement that has L-citrulline and L-arginine can really significantly improve your body's production of nitric oxide. And you can get this stuff on Amazon. The one that I particularly like the best would be Nature's Pure Blend, Nitric Oxide Flow. And I'll put a link down below in the description on Amazon of where you can get it. So you can get yourself some. And I just take 2 tablets. They also have some other products like drinks and stuff like that. One in particular, like a lemon lime drink. It tastes like Sprite. And if you're kind of addicted to sodas, this is the way to go, because you're actually drinking something that has amino acids that your body uses as raw material to produce nitric oxide. But the benefits of walking are, number one, it's kind of nice and cool right now, even though it's summer. But at 6 in the morning, it's only 55 degrees and it just feels invigorating. I'm walking at a certain pace. Obviously, you can tell that I'm talking. So it's not a strenuous exercise. Not all exercise has to be extremely strenuous. But I'm walking at a pace where it's not a leisurely pace. I'm not window shopping. I'm walking fairly fast. And when this happens, a number of things occur. Let's get down into the bottom, your calves. Now your calves, as you're walking here, your calves act as a pump. There's a muscle in your calf called the soleus. And this soleus muscle, oh, that's annoying. What is going on? Oh, okay, there we go. The soleus muscle is a very hungry muscle when it comes to blood sugar. And it's also part of this pump that pumps your blood from your extremities, like your legs and your feet. A lot of people have swelling. It helps pump the blood back up to the heart. So by doing seated calf raises or just calf raises, which are boring to me, walking is a lot more natural. So you've got this calf pump, it's pumping blood. It's very hungry for blood sugar. So if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, as well as high blood sugar, then, that's like 2 strikes. You're 0-2. But the calf muscle, the soleus, will become very hungry for sugar, and it uses quite a bit of sugar. And by doing calf raises, walking, that type of thing, where you're really active, it reduces your blood sugar, which is fantastic, right? Then that helps reduce inflammation, which is a chronic cause of high blood pressure, right? Now, further up the chain, I've woken up and I've gotten my heart rate going, but not so high that it's at the maximal level. So now, because of all the muscles that I'm using as I'm walking, my body requires a higher demand to the skeletal muscles. And so your body is naturally going to want to open up those blood vessels to get blood to the muscles that I'm working, which are the large muscles of the leg. In order to open up those blood vessels, your body is going to use things like L-citrulline, L-arginine, which are amino acids that come from our diet, to open up and dilate those blood vessels. Well, how cool is that? The challenge is, for a lot of people, they're just not getting enough of these amino acids in particular. And that's why supplements are nice. Supplements are nice because you could just take some and notice a dramatic difference in your blood pressure. Now, studies have shown that exercise, such as something simple like what I'm doing right now, has been shown to stimulate nitric oxide flow, and it lasts for almost 24 hours, which means that if you're taking blood pressure medication, you have to take it every day, because blood pressure medication doesn't last forever. You don't take one blood pressure pill and suddenly your blood pressure's normal. It only lasts for a day. Well, exercise has the same effect. How cool is that? Why didn't your doctor tell you this? Because it's possible your doctor doesn't think you're going to do it, doesn't want to waste his time explaining this. Number 3, maybe he doesn't know. You know, doctors are busy. They have pharmaceutical agents coming to their office every single day, giving them free lunches, explaining to them why their drug should be used over their competitors. And they see nothing but patients who are just ill and sickly. And also, doctors are not Jack LaLanne. Can you imagine seeing 30 people in a day, and for each individual one, trying to be a cheerleader and get them to start exercising and eating right? You know how exhausting that would be? The prescription pad is the most powerful tool they have. And after years of doing it and seeing patients that just don't take control of their own health, it's not that they get lazy, it's just that they can't continue this facade of thinking that every patient is going to change. I know a lot of medical doctors, and their attitude is pretty blunt. And they'll say, look, if the guy was going to change, he would have changed already before he got into my office. But now that they're in my office, doctors feel as though they're doing the best job they can to save you from yourself. That's one of my buddy's attitude is, my job is to save you from yourself. You're going to eat like crap, then I'm going to give you medications that's going to keep your blood pressure normal so that you don't die. And I agree with him. If the patient isn't going to make any changes, then you've got to try to save them as best you can. And the pill for every ill, there's always a drug that can stop or alter any symptom that we have. That's how it works. But just waking up, I haven't taken a shower yet. All I did was brush my teeth, put on my shoes, put on my pants. It's a little chilly, so I got a little jacket, and just get out here. There's no warm up. Walking is really the simplest exercise that you can do. Also, if you want, there's supplements, beetroot supplements, L-arginine, L-citrulline. There's magnesium supplements, potassium supplements, a lot. So I'll put the link down below to the L-arginine and L-citrulline. You've probably seen videos of mine before explaining how it works, the science behind how it works. So at the end of this video, I'll also put, if you want to know more details about how those amino acids help your body produce more nitric oxide so that you can get your blood pressure to normal, so that you don't have to take medications, then I'll put a link right here if you watch this video, okay? I'm almost at my turnaround point, and I'll see you guys next time.